If you guys ever thinking about doing this, don't. Dashes are bad. Don't do dashes. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I finally did it. I beat the dash. The dashboard has kicked my ass for weeks and weeks. I couldn't figure out how to get it out. There was some crap up there that was holding me back. I thought I had to pull the windshield to do it, but I finally figured it out. Pulled it out of the white Hellcat. So now I'm going to pull it out of the Destroyer gray one today. Now that I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing-ish. So let's get to it. Let's pull this thing out. So first, we got to disconnect the battery. Well, in all reality, you're supposed to disconnect it so the airbags don't go off, but I don't think I'm going to have that problem here. And I don't think I'm going to have that problem right here. It's already gone off. But I'm still going to disconnect it anyway so I don't short anything out. We still have to pull all these panels out. We got to pull this whole center console. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Like, really, I am not looking forward to doing this at all. I even went to the Dodge dealership and asked them, hey, what would you charge me to swap out this dash? The technician really didn't know. I said, what if I have all this stuff out, the console, the gauges? He's like, maybe 10 hours, and you know what they cost per hour. So I'm not really excited about that, so I'm just gonna do it myself. And welcome to the School of Hard Knocks. Let's go disconnect the battery. Lift up this cover. Battery's right here. Get rid of our ground. We'll still disconnect the positive just in case. No, that was already loose from when it was at the auto shop. Alright, now we got the positive disconnected. So now we can start tearing this apart. You can't really close this because now you don't have power to open it unless you open the back seat and crawl through. So I'm just going to leave this open. Okay, let's get the steering wheel. This is what is this, 17? So we got a 10 millimeter Allen. We're going to take off the steering wheel bolt. Take that off. And then the steering wheel comes out. Got to be careful with that clock spring. These wires. Okay, steering wheel's off. We pulled those wires through, unclicked, and got everything undone from the clock spring. Hopefully, I tested all of these on another video, but hopefully this clock spring is still good because I don't want to have to replace it. So, first part down. I'm gonna go put it in the trunk. Let's take off 2 screws over here on the driver's side. So you take out 2 screws, one right here, this one right here, and then this whole assembly pops out like that. And we unclip these. So this slides in right here. You actually have to put in a flat tool right here and push this little lock up. So get this off because you don't want to take all these off like that. And then I still need to figure this out, so I'll be right back. Let's tackle this. Pop that out. This one right here, you got to get a gall darn thingamajigger, screwdriver, sorry. I'm in a good mood. Lift up on this. Oh damn! It just falls like that. So I put these up there and get them out of my way. This one right here, this is the hood latch. I want this whole thing out of my freaking way. So you push down on this right there and it pops out. Bam! Just like that. Get this out of my dang way. In the trunk. Boom. Alright, now this is when we really start jacking this gall darn car up. Tell you what, this part scares the crap out of me because you're literally popping this off. Doesn't scare me, but it does. So Okay, so this bezel has to come off to get to the screws for the screen, to get to the screws for the gauge cluster. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you grab that corner. It's scary. You hear all the cracking? There's cracking, popping, noises that you don't want to be hearing in your Hellcat ever. And I'm sure I'm probably butchering this and some of you are laughing. That's okay. Just laugh. Okay, a little more progress. Got that out. Okay, bezel is out. Oh, just the glue came off that one. Didn't break it, the glue came off. Those are just glued on. Okay, our fake carbon fiber bezel is out. We will put that in the back as soon as we put these on it. And then this just falls out like nothing. So these sit up in here like that. Gauge cluster coming out. Another one done. Now it's time to take out the computer or monitor, whatever you want to call it. 4 screws. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a lot of little plugs. Okay, so undo purple, white, turquoise. Was that pink? We got a pink one. Unclip the controller, monitor in the trunk. So now we've got to take out this console right here. Okay, this part's off in the trunk.
You need me to move?
Right side off in the trunk. Okay, now we're gonna try to take this one off. Okay, now we got that controller out. Unplug this. That's all that computer is right there for your AC, launch control, SRT, volume. That's what it looks like in the trunk. Well, it's looking like we're part way done. We're probably a quarter of the way done now, I think. So now I've got to pull off the whole glove box, console underneath, all that stuff. So let's rip and tear that. So there's this little retractor that helps keep it closed. It pops in a little hole right here. You got to push down on it really hard, and then that loosens that part. And then you've got to push in on both sides like that to get that to come down. And then the glove box comes out just like that. This is kind of a pain in the butt. We got to get all this out. We got to get the underbelly out. Then we've got to take off this whole center console and get it out of the way because there's screws and bolts in here. Plus I have to get in here to the box that's for the airbag controller, and we've got to have that rebuilt or see if I can find another one in a junkyard. Throw this in the back. So there's little Christmas tree clips under here. One right there, and one right there. So that comes down. There's a connector for a light kind of down by your feet. So disconnect that connector for this light right here. So we got to pop this side off right here like that. Then there's 2 more screws on this side, just like there was on the other side. So now we're taking off pretty much the whole glove box assembly. So there's 2. There's one right here, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got another one of these little controllers over here. You got to pop out the back. You got to push this in right here and pop this out because you don't want to pull all these off. I don't know if they can all go in the same hole or not, but get that popped out of there. So now this is actually starting to come off. Got that one out. Yeah, there's another one. So that is the whole glove box assembly. There's a little light right here. Get a little screwdriver, pop that one off right there. Get rid of this. Whew. Wonder why they want to charge so much to do this. 10 hours for this. I've been doing it 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Okay, so we got to take off 2 screws here, 1 here, 2 here. We got to get this assembly apart, and then there's 2 bolts here, 2 screws, 1 right here, 1 right here, and 2 over there by the door. So I'm gonna get all those taken off and I'll be back. Okay, center console. We've got to pull off this carbon fiber part right here. We got to pop this open, pull out this plastic liner. That comes out. I'm gonna take out these 4. Look like this. There's 4 of them down in there. So then the whole console literally moves once you pull those out. But first we have to this off, and then we got to pull the shift knob off. Then this whole thing moves out of our way. This part comes out that's in here, and then there is a little bolt or a screw right here. It's a Torx head screw. You got to take this off, and then this shifter comes off. So the screw's right here, and it's a 20 Torx. So once you get that, pull that out, and then you can lift up on this, and that whole assembly comes off. We'll pull that. So that controls all the lights. There we go. That whole shifter, get rid of it in the trunk. Okay, so now we're gonna take off this neutral lever. So these are actually different than all the other ones, so I'm gonna pull these out like that. This whole assembly comes up like that. I'm gonna put these back in here so I know where they go. Ooh, it even says Hellcat right there. Bam! So we're gonna pull these 2 screws. We're gonna get this box out of here. There's a light in there. Pull these out. Pull that side. Pull that side. This whole lighter little glove box assembly comes out. We'll throw that in the back in a minute. So we actually, there's the box right there. We got to pull this whole box out. It's hard to see, but that's for the airbags. I have to send that in and have it rebuilt. So we'll pull out these last 2 screws, and I think we should be able to get rid of this center console. Okay, so now we've got this loose. There's one more cable over here that we have to pull off. We're just gonna disconnect this wire right here, and then there should be one more underneath, so we'll disconnect this one right here. We're gonna disconnect these last two wires right here and put this whole thing in the trunk. We have all this awesomeness that we've taken off so far. We really only have just 6 or 7 more bolts and screws that we have to take out, and we can pretty much pull that dash out. Get that one out of there, get the bad airbag out of there, put the new airbag in, put the new dash back in, fix a couple parts that were broke from the swap on the first one, since that was kind of like my learning process. So yeah, let's go take the rest of it out. All right, day number 2 of pulling this out. Let's get back to it. We're gonna pull out these 2 bolts back here that hold, it's hard to see, it's way up in here. I need to get a flashlight, but it holds on the airbag that has already went off. So we're gonna get that taken out, get that loosened up. Then we're gonna start taking these 2 bolts out, those 2 screws, one right here, one right here. There's 1 screw here, 1 screw there, and the same 2 over there. There's 2 by the door. This assembly pops straight out like that. It's getting looser. Now we gotta take this cover off and not break it. We're gonna pull this cover off now so we can get to the other screws that we have to get off. So we gotta find these 3. There's 1. Out. It's actually a rubber part that goes on here. It stayed in there. It's still sitting down there, so we'll have to pull that out. So this part comes with it. And so we'll put this, got it off. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs. And then these pull out. Didn't break it. So there's 1 bolt right there. There's another bolt right there. And then same on the other side. You gotta take those 3 bolts out. So there's that one. I know there's a glare.
I wonder, can you see it from inside?
Right there. So there's 1 right there, and there's 1 in the middle by that tweeter, and then 1 by that tweeter over there. So we're gonna pull those out. And then the hidden bolts that kicked my butt on the white Hellcat, I know where those are now. So we'll pull those off, and this dash should come out. Those 3 bolts by the tweeters are actually 7mm, so I just get a small wobble and then an extension. We'll take these 3 off. There's 1 of them right there. So we gotta take these 3 out. Okay, I'm back. So we took off these 2 little screws for this front tweeter. So now we pull this tweeter out right here. Disconnect it, then it kind of gets it out of the way, and then it allows me to get to that other screw. So we'll put that in the back. Okay, so there's that one. So now this whole thing moves. That has to come with the dash. Put that in the bag. Take out the other one. Everything's kind of in the way on this last one. Got it. So there's that one. Take out this tweeter up here. Okay, here's one more tweeter. I'm just gonna disconnect the cable to it, but I think we're there. Right. Hold on, we gotta take that cable off. Oh. Okay, got that one off. I think there's one more clip. Yeah, there's a clip right back here. You can't even see. Well, I just pulled it out, so I'll show you where it goes. Holy crap. That was way faster this time. Okay, we have got the blown dash out of the Destroyer Gray one. I did it again. Whew. This does not go in the trunk. This goes in the white car. So you gotta make sure you take this whole assembly with you because it's actually screwed through the bottom right here. So this all has to come with it. Wow. That's what it looks like when you pull it all the way out. Okay, well, that's how you remove a dash out of a Dodge Charger that has been wrecked. So obviously you can't fix this. It's really hard plastic right here. The whole thing blows up when it goes off and you can't repair that. So you gotta put in a new dash. You got to put in a new airbag. But that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. See you next time.